Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In today's session, we'll do vichar on Sohila Bani from Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Before we start the session, let us do ardas in our minds that we become capable of understanding the Bani which has been bestowed on us by Satgurus. And let us also do let us recite the shlok from Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Aad Kure Namahe, Jugaad Kure Namahe, Sat Kure Namahe, Shri Guru Deve Namahe. Dindot Bandan Anik Par, Sarab Kala Samrat, Dolan Te Rakho Prabhu, Nanak Te Karhat. So Bani, we are going to do discussion on today, is called Sohila. In Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it's Sohila. It has a title called Sohila. And in the 5 Nitnem Banis, this is the 5th of that Bani. It is called Kirtan Sohila in the Nitnem Bani. And it is recommended that we recite this Bani just before we sleep. That's the Kirtan Sohila Bani. Let's try to understand the meaning of Sohila. Sohila means praising of God. It's a song of happiness, the joy. It's also named as Kirtan Sohila in our Gurkha Sahib in Poti Sahib, where we do our Nitnem Banis from. And the Sohila Bani is recommended, as I said, to be recited before sleeping for 6. And it is very small Bani. It has less number of shabads in it. It is a very important Bani. There's some Sakya from the written in the history of Gurbani and Satgurus that this is the Bani which is also read, when after death, when our body is given to the fire, when its body is merged with the fire, at that time also this Bani is recited. The Sola Bani is recited. It's praising that Vaheguru for merging. That's in history. It's recorded from the Janam Sakhis that the same was done when for Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Jyoti Jyot Samana also. Right. So yes, the Sohila Bani, it's from Ang 12th, from Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Rag Gauri Deep Ki Mahla Pehla, it comes under that. Gauri Rag, Gauri Deep Ki Rag. It's a form, right? Okay, so there's the main rags. There are 31 main rags and there are rag forms. And this has a rag form called Gauri Deep Ki. And by Mahla Pehla by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So this particular, there is Shabads in this one by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And then by Mahla Chautha and Mahla Panjma. Also by Guru Ramdas Ji and Guru Arjan Dev Ji also. It says Rag Gauri Deep Ki Mahla Pehla. That's the Gauri Deep Ki is the rag name. Mahla Pehla is the author name. It says, and it means Guru Nanak Dev Ji recited it. It says it starts with the title Ikonkar Satgur Prasad. It starts with that. Again, it means there's that one divine Ikonkar, which is there, all-pervading God. Satgur Prasad, which is realized by the grace of Satguru, of the divine, of that Guru who takes you to that path, connects you to that divine source. Satguru is the one. Starts with, let's recite first. It says, Jaikar Kirat Akhiye Karte Ka Hoye Bicharo, Titkar Gavo Sohela Sivryo Sirjanharo. Tum Gavo Mere Nirpao Kao Sohela Hom Vari Jis Sohele Sada Sukh Hoye. Jaikar Kirat Akhiye. Kirat is praising. Akhiye is saying the praises of that creator. In that place, that kar, that home, Kirat Akhiye, where we praise that creator, Karte ka hoye bicharo. And then we discuss, vichar karna is contemplate, to discuss about that karta, about that creator. In that home where we praise creator and we discuss about that creator, the place where praise of creator is chanted and is contemplated on, is what's written here. Tit kar gavo soela sivryo sirjanharo. He says, in that place, gavo, sing, sohela, praise, the praise of Vaheguru. Sivreho sirjanharo. Remember, simran karo. Remember, sirjanharo, that sirjan is creation, creating, the one who creates, that creator. Remember that creator. Titkar gavo sohela sivreho sirjanharo. That place where the praise of the God, the creator, and the contemplation on him is happening. In that place, let us sing his praise, the sohela, and remember that creator. So again, sing, tum gavo mere nirpao ka sohela. Says, you should sing nirpao, mere nirpao, to that fearless God. You should sing the praise of that fearless God. Okay. Next slide. How vari jit sohile sada sukh hoye rahao. Says, I'm sacrifice to how vari. I'm so happy. I can give everything to such a being. How vari jit sohile. I can give everything to that being. Jit sohela sada sukh hoye. By praising whom, sada sukh hoye, there is eternal sada, forever peace. Rahao. So that's Rahao. We said pause, stop, think, stop a while, stop and think over what has been said. And repeating again. So Rahao line is the one which is around which everything else revolves for a Shabad. Right? And then that becomes the main singing lines where you sing the Shabad. So that's the Rahao line for it. It says, Nit nit jeere samaliyan dekhega devanhar. Tere dane कीमत ना पवे तिस दाते कवण शुमार. संबत साहा लिखया मिलकर पावो तेल. देहो सजन असी सिड़ियाँ जो होवे साहिब स्यो मेल. नित नित जेड़े समालियन देखेगा देवनहार. Every day, nit nit, every day. Jeere samaliyan, these beings, living beings. Jeere samaliyan, he's taking care of them. That Vaheguru always takes care of his beings. Dekhega devanhar. He's watching over them, taking care of them. That Devanhar, he's being called now Devanhar. It was Sirjanhar, the one, now that God is called, that Vaheguru, one divine, is called Devanhar, the one who is giving. Dekhega Devanhar, that one who is always giving, the great giver. He's taking care of you too. Tere dane कीमत ना पवे tis दाते कवण शुमार. Your givings, there is no evaluation. कीमत ना पवे. Nobody can evaluate how much gifts you are giving. कीमत ना पवे tis दाते कवण शुमार. You are such a great giver. You giver, oh you giver, कवण शुमार. There's no end. Nobody can estimate that. How much you can give. Nobody can assess that, such a giver. Sambat saha likhya milkar pavo tel. Then it says Deho Sajjana Sishriyan Jo Hove Sahib Sumil. So Sambat saha, so this is this Bani Sohela is like, it's talking about the time when you're meeting. Sing the praises. Now it's talking about the time of your meeting with that Vaheguru. So it's kind of talking about when you realize that Vaheguru, and then it's always translated about also like that the death time. So we also talk about in that whole Gurbani, there's a concept of woman as being a soul bride which merges with that Vaheguru, the soul bride who merges with husband God, that Vaheguru. Right? So with that context, It says, Samvat Saha Likhya. Samvat is that year, that Samvat. Saha, Mahurat. The Mahurat is called the time when you create a Mahurat for somebody. This is a Mahurat when these two should be married, right? If you've heard that word, so that's the time. Likhya, that time, that Mahurat for your, and the year has been likhya, has been destined, has been predestined, has been written from Tur Dargahon. It says from that, that whoever creates that destiny. It says that has been written. The year and the time of the union with God is predestined. Right? It's trying to encourage, prepare me for my meeting, for realizing that God. Milkar Pavo Tel. So it's that taken from when there's a soul bride. When the girl is married, there's her hair is oiled. There's this ritual being performed for the marriage, right? You do the muhurat, and then you do invitation is sent to everybody, and then there's all of these rituals done. It says, hey, Milkar Pavatil, let's all assemble together for that soul bride. Put oil on her hair, right? Milkar Pavatil, let's do that together. It's just preparing the encouragement to meet, to realize that Vaheguru. Dehu Sajjan Asistariyan, Jo Huve Sahib Syo Mel. Give me Sajjan now. Bless me, my friends. Oh, all my friends who are come here to help me. Give me the blessings. Asisariyan, Asis Dena is the blessing. Jyo hove Sahib Sumal, as I am being united with my master. This is my moment to be united with the master. Come, this is that Muhurat has come, that time has come. That's, as I'm preparing to meet, come and give me blessings, O my friend, so I can meet with my master. That's the third antra to it, the third pada. Karkareho pahuncha sadde nit pavan, saddan hara simriye, nanak se de avan. Pahuncha is the invitation letter you give, right? Pahunchta. Sadre, you give the invitation every, right? Karkar eho poncha. Sadre nit pavan. He says this message of union with Vaheguru is reaching every home, everywhere. Sadre nit pavan, that his call is coming. Every day his call has been coming. It is received every day. Nit pavan. Somebody is getting that call from him. That's the reality of life, right? Let's be prepared for it. It says, Saddan hara simriye, Nanak se devan. It says that Saddan hara, the one who is making that call, who is calling us. There's a destined time for all of us. We are called by him. It says, if we come, let's remember him. He's the Saddan hara. He's the one who calls us. Simriye, let's remember him. Because Nanak se de avan, these days of union with him is coming for everybody. That day of union with him is surely has to happen. It will come. That's how this Shabad ends. It says 4 padas and this Shabad ends 4 and 1. There's next Shabad to it. Again it says Rag Asa Mahalla Pehla. It's in Asa Rag. By Mahalla Pehla, by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It says, let's recite it first. Chhe kar chhe gur chhe updes, gur gur eko vesanek, Baba jai kar karte kirat hoye, so kar rakh vadai toye. Rahao. So let's try to understand what is Guru Nanak Dev Ji is telling us here. This is there. Che is 6. There are 6 little, very little. Che kar che, gur che, updes. There are 6 schools of philosophy. There are 6 authors And there are 6 types of teachers and their teachings. Right? So what is that Chekar? That's talking about the Shastra. There are 6, supposedly. There are 6 Shastra. They have their names, the Sankhnyaya, Visheshik. We'll go over that. Mimasa, Yoga, Vedanta, those are 6 Shastras in the Hindu ancient scriptures, right? Chagur. And there are 6 authors of those Shastras: Kapil, Gautam, Kanad, Jamni, Patanjal, Vyas, right? And then it says there's different 6 schools of philosophies of each one of those. Then Gurgur Eko Ves Anek. He says, you know what? Their guru, their one teacher, who is that one God, is one. The teacher of the teachers, is the one God, is only one. Ves Anek, although they are in many different appearances, different forms. Again, just bringing our attention to that. Right? Baba Jaikar Karte Kirat Hoye, Sokar Rakh Vadai Toye Rahao. It says, oh, respected, Baba is addressing a being, right? Oh, respected one. Jaikar Karte Kirat Hoye, wherever in this, the praise of Vaheguru is accepted, that place, in that system in which that praise of that Vaheguru is accepted, Sokar Rakh Vadai Toye Rahao. Just to following that system is the true greatness. Pause, contemplate on it, think about it. There are many shastras, there are many writings, but that one is the most important one. That is the one which we should accept, where there is an praise for that Vaheguru. That is, following that is the true greatness. Right? It says, Visve chasya kadiyan pehra, thithi vari ma hoa. Suraj eko, rut anek, nanak karte ke kete ves. So these are the elements of time. It says, in a high-level summary, so it's talking about the elements of the time which are all there. Then it says, oh, there is one sun there. There are so many of the seasons there, but there's one sun which causes all that seasons. In this creation, there are so many varieties of these things. That's the high-level essence of it. Now, let's do the meanings now. Visve chasya kadiyan pehra thithi vari ma hoa. So it's starting from the smallest unit of time. Visve is also translated as time it takes to blink your eye. Mathematically, it's 1/75th second. And from there, you multiply and everything is. So chin is blinking eye, 1/75th second of the time. Then there is a visa, 20, then there's a pal. It says there's if I go from mahine, right? The mahine, tithi vari ma hua. Maha is the month. If I go from the last, right? The maha is the month, and then vari is the var, the days which are there, the weeks which are there. Then there's a tithi, which are the days, and there's a pehra. A day is divided into 8 pehras. Right, and then there's a kadiyan is 2.5 that para, and then there's a kadiyan which is, then there's a pal, and they are connected to the, we say here it's written also it says and then there's a seasons. There are 6 seasons. There's 12 months. Then there is 7 in a week. And then Tith comes with the moon, the days, 15 days of the moon. Then one peher, as I said, is the 8. The din is divided into that. One peher is also 7.5 kadiyan. Kadi is 60 pal. One pal is 30 chasse. One chassa is 15 vise. And vise is, when you do your blinking of an eye. It says here 15 times, right? So the iota of time makes seconds, minutes, hour, days, weeks, and all of that, right? So then it says Suraj Eko Ruthanek. There is one Suraj, one sun, which creates many seasons. Nanak karte ke keteves. Oh Nanak, that creator, Karta, has so many forms in his creation, right? Among which is all of this. Right? So then is the next Shabad, which is in Rag Tanasari Mahalla Pehla. So it's in Tanasri Rag by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This is also called the Aarti. In the evening time in Gurdwaras, there's the Aarti recitation. Gagan mein thal rakchan deepak bane, tarka mandal janak moti, toop malyan lo, pavan chavro kare sagal banai flan jyoti. It's the way of Guru Nanak is telling that, that rituals of doing the Aarti, that's a beautiful prayer which is done there's a plate which is decorated with the lamps and a lot of things from nature, the pearls, a lot of things, and then it's taken round for doing the puja, the prayer for God, right? That's an act. That's an act of ritual which signifies, all of these rituals signify something divine, right? And so Guru Nanak is telling, hey, look, this Aarti is happening in the nature itself for one divine. This is what this whole Shabad is. It's so beautifully written. And then there's a similar Aarti concept by different Bhagats, which is now it's sung, Guru Nanak's Bani and Bhagats Bani, and of the Aarti is sung in the evening time in Gurdwaras. Gagan mein thal ravchan deepak bane, tarka mandal janak moti. He says, think of that Gagan, that sky is a plate. Thal is a plate for doing Aarti. Rav Chand Deepak Bane, the sun, Rav Chand, moon, they are the lamps in that plate. That sky is the plate. Sun and moon are the lamps in the plate. The stars are the pearls. Deepak Bane, Tarka Mandal Janak Moti, that whole stars which are there are like pearls. It says Guruji is describing the Aarti, the lamp worship, which is, it says, look, it's being performed by the nature. There are more things to that Aarti. Thoop malyan lo, pavana chavaro kare. There's incense, burning incense, which is put with that ritual. It says, so there's this, Malyanlo is the name of a place, of a mountain where there is sandalwood trees, right? It says that there's a hill that has all those sandalwood. It says that burning, look there, that burning incense in the wind is coming from that hill that has all the sandalwood fragrance. Thoop malyanlo, that incense is of that sandalwood, which is coming. Pavan chavro kare, the chavro karna, there is this hair was, you do the fanning over your so-called, whatever you assume is your representation of the divine. We do that for Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we do that. Chaur Sahib Ji, right? It says, that wind itself is doing that chore. Pavan chavro kare. Listen, see that. Sagal banaraye fulant jyoti. That flowers which you offer in that plate, that all is happening by that plants and flowers around you for that Vaheguru. It's just beautifully describing that. Then it says, Kaisi aarti hoye, par khandana teri aarti. It says, what kind of aarti, what kind of worship of this is yours? What is this worship? That's Pav Khandana Teri Aarti. What else can be your worship? Oh, Pav Khandana. Now again, Pav is the samundar, the ocean, the one which carries us across, which saves us from, now it's a Khandana is now, which is saving us from that world ocean, the terrifying, fearful world ocean, right? We talks about Pav Khandana, savior from this world ocean. This is your beautiful, wonderful, natural lamp worship Aarti which is happening. Anhata Shabad Vajant Peri. He says that, Anhat is the one non-unstruck sound, Shabad. Anhat is the struck sound, which vibrations produced by striking something. He says, look, that Anhat, celestial sound is happening there. Vajant Peri is listening to that. That celestial sound is playing there. He says, that also is happening. Nobody has to sing anything. The nature is singing. That Anhat Shabad is singing there. Right? So that's what that says. It's a Rahao line to it, right? That's a Rahao line to it. And then it goes more, there are different padas. Sastav nain nan hai tohe ko sahas murat nanna ek tohi sas pad bimal nan ek pad gand bin sastav gand iv chalat mohi. So it's describing more about that Vaheguru's nature, and then it's nature and us being in there. It's a sest of nan. So many eyes are there. Thousands of your beings' eyes are there. Nan nan hai tohe ko, but still you don't have any eye which I can see. Sahas Murat Nanna Ek Tohi. There's so many different forms, but still you do not have a form. Nanna Ek Tohi. But still you don't. There are thousands of visible forms there. Sas Pad Mimal, there's so many of beautiful, delicate feet which are visible, which are going around. Sas Pad Bimal, delicate Bimal, Pad, feet. Nan Ek Pad, but you do not have, I don't see in your invisible form, I'm not seeing even a single foot of you. Gandbin Sastav Gand If Chalat Mohi, that smell, that there's so many of the nose there who are smelling, right? But there are thousands of those. Sahas thousand, right? But I don't see yours. This is all your play. Iv chalat mohi, your play, your such drama has enchanted me. Sab mein jyot jyot hai soe. Then it's telling in everybody, that light which is here is there with everyone. That light is in everyone. Jyot hai soe. Your light is there. Tiste chanan sab mein chanan hoye. Because of the light inside you, in everybody there's that light. In every soul, there is a light from your light. Right? Gur Sakhi Jyot Pargat Hoye. Then it says, through Sakhi, through Guru's teachings, as we tell our mind about Guru's teachings, that light, that God awareness from within shines forth. Pargat, it shines forth. Through Guru's teaching, that light, that God awareness shines within. Says Jyotis Pave so Aarti Hoy. Whatever, all which is going is according to your will. This Pave. All your worship, the so-called Aarti which is happening is your pleasure, your will. That's the third Shabad. And it says, Har charan kamal makrant lobint mano andino mohe ahi pyasa kripa jalde nanak sarang ko hoy jate tere nai vasa. It says, Har charan, your charan is the Vahegurus, the divines charan, feet. It's also called the lotus feet, right? It's also it's the way the lotus is supposed to be an enlightened. It has all the mud across it, but it still keeps with that one. It's all blossom, keeps blossom, irrespective of whatever is around it. It just is being in its full beauty, right? And that's how is told to us as humans. Hey, there is worldly, all of attachment and all of waves or whatever is around it, but you should blossom like a lotus. And then that lotus feet is also come with that. Har charan kamal, your lotus feet, makrant lobit mano. You know, I'm so attracted to you. My mind is enchanted by lotus feet of the Vaheguru. Lobhit, I'm attracted, totally enchanted. Andino mohe ahi pyasa. This is the thirst I have, andino, day and night. This is only one thirst. Ahi, this is the only one thirst I have. Kirpa jalde nanak saranko, hoi jate tere naivasa. Then it says another thing here. Sarang is supposedly a bird. Here is translated as papiha, the weaver bird. It says, it looks, it remains thirsty for that one first drop of rain which comes, right? Its whole night, it waits for that. It yearns for that drop of rain that falls into its mouth, the first drop at a certain auspicious moment. It says that it's babiha. There's a lot of example of that babiha which keep yearning for it. It has that yearn for it. Amrit Vele babiha, it talks about. It says, Kirpa jalde nanak saranko, like that yearn is there in that bird for that raindrop, the first raindrop. I have that yearn, O Nanak. Hoi jate tere naivasa. That your name can reside within me. I remain attached to your name. Vasa ho jaye, it stays within me. Your naam stays within me. That's my yearning. That's what Guru Nanak has said, and that is this. For today's session, we'll stop our vichar with this Shabad. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.